It's the first episode of the Racing Lines Purple Sector, and of course, I'm with my best buddies in F1, Giancarlo or Yamboy, Myles, and Andy, and we are now on our new time slot and day. So, siguro unahin natin pinakamalayo from New Zealand.
New Zealand, Andy.
How are you, Andy?
Yes. Welcome, everyone. Good evening, good morning, kung saan man kayo.
Good morning sa'yo.
Welcome to the Purple Sector.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Purple Sector. This is the F1 Talk Show, hosted by none other than these fine gentlemen here.
Yeah.
And what a race weekend we just had.
Yes. Definitely. Yeah. Okay, Myles, kumusta? We just saw Myles. Para bang ilang taon tayo hindi nagkita kay Myles? Dalawa, of course. Pero more than 2 years. Myles, how are you?
Okay, I'm fine. Good evening, guys. Good evening sa lahat ng mga viewers natin. Welcome to the first episode of the Purple Sector. Okay, this show is primarily about F1.
Yep.
And all those, not only F1 and also the people who love F1, especially here in our lovely hometown, Davao City.
Yes.
And to explain more about the Purple Sector,
This guy right here.
Okay.
He was the one who coined. Yeah. Yam, kumusta?
Yes, mabuti. Thank you very much for watching the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our first episode of the Purple Sector. It's all about F1. Pero not only F1, ha. Marami na tayong mga surprises na darating. So, why Purple Sector? We have a lot of terminology in F1. TRLs or wing, example lang, no? Chicane. Pero the Purple Sector, parang mas maganda pakinggan kasi hindi masyado ginagamit. And then, the Purple Sector is when the driver got the top speed or the fastest time on
Fastest lap.
on that particular sector of the racetrack. Usually it's divided into 3 sectors.
Yep.
So kung saan nakakuha yung driver ng fastest lap niya dun sa particular sector na yan, makikita nyo sa TV, magpa-purple yun. So,
so that's
simply
why it's the Purple Sector.
That's why it's the Purple Sector.
Yeah.
So yun.
All right. So, gentlemen, Andy, we hope that you were able to join us last Sunday.
Yeah.
The 3 of us, you know, we joined and watching, and we were shouting when the red car played onto the other side.
Oh nga, kumusta yun? How was the little viewing party?
It was just a dry run. It was a dry run, and of course we had a guest from Volkswagen Club of the Philippines. Tama ba? VWCP.
Yeah. VWCP Mindanao chapter.
They were there, and because just to give you a little info, the Purple Sector will be hosting a live stream F1 watch party. So we're gonna do that in 11 races starting in June, and we wanted.
I've been waiting on that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I've been waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
Finally.
And
meron na po tayong live watch along, di ba?
Yeah, definitely. And maybe during that time, ilagay ka namin doon sa gilid, may TV na doon siya. Para ano. And
kahit saan, basta may F1.
Yeah. And what we're gonna do
basta
is,
may F1.
of course, and we're gonna invite all the different clubs who's gonna be the host of each and every race. So, yun.
Special
Abangan
guest
nyo yan.
host.
Masaya. Exciting.
Yeah, that's
Masaya
going
yan.
to be an exciting one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, which also known as the Imola GP in the past. So, this is one of the first GP race that has a sprint race. So after the qualifying in the afternoon, after the qualifying Friday, they have a sprint
The
race.
afternoon of Friday is qualifying.
Qualifying. So before we're gonna go to the Saturday sprint race, we're gonna go to the qualifying. So here we go. So similar drivers in the top two, but Lando Norris is on third. Okay, so we're gonna ask the McLaren boy, Mr. Peter John Myles, what was the ano sa tingin mo, bakit biglang naging third yung McLaren sa qualifying?
Okay. This was done kasi the Imola Grand Prix is the first European race for this season. And that's what I've mentioned before. The McLaren team, or the car of McLaren right now is not suitable. Is suitable for the Barcelona type
Of
racetrack.
racetrack, yeah.
Which is similar to the Imola racetrack. So parang medyo maganda yung kanilang sasakyan. So, nakikita naman natin iba yung pace. Even though they run the same car right from the desert to down under, and right now they went
Italy.
to
Europe.
Italy to race, and no major updates were done on the car. But tingnan nyo naman, if we are to base naman din on the post-race interviews done on them, ang lahat ng sabi rin ng both drivers, Lando and Daniel, said that, is it the track or is it the car? So, saan nila nakuha yung pace? Kumbaga, the pace was, kumbaga sabihin natin, track. Based on the track, not on the car. Kasi they didn't do anything with the car. No major updates were done. And it clearly shows na lumabas naman, nakita naman natin that they did third on the qualifying. That was before sprint. And Daniel Ricciardo also did 6 on that. So, kung titingnan mo, even though they were the top teams running Mercedes engines, they also got Sebastian Vettel from Aston Martin, also did 9 on the qualifying.
Yeah.
Also good.
But
Yun.
aside from that, Daniel Ricciardo is also the reigning champion for the Imola GP, which is the lone win, I think, of McLaren last year here at Imola. Am I right?
First time in a long
Jong.
time.
Hindi
Tama
yata.
Di Jong, wrong. It was the other Grand Prix.
The other
Not the
Grand Prix,
Imola.
hindi mo Imola?
Hindi. Yung,
No,
yung
not
ano na talaga,
It was
Italy
Monza.
talaga.
Italy Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Ay, okay.
It's the Monza. Italian Grand
Monza.
Prix.
Monza,
Okay.
yeah.
okay,
Monza
okay.
was
So,
the
McLaren
lone win
win.
in McLaren's column in a long
Yeah.
time. So, yeah, still, well, close enough. Still Italy.
yeah, Italy. Okay, so I was confused on that one. And
Okay. One
Just
thing
let
to
comes in.
note about this result then is it started raining.
yeah,
Ano? So, yung mga ibang drivers hindi nakabawi. So, kaya
Ay, rain, the great equalizer.
Carlos Sainz, imagine, nasa 10 siya dito. Kasi wala
Full
na
time.
ulan na. Madulas na. Walang Mercedes on the list, Jong. Bakit?
yeah. Hindi, Mercedes. Walang Lewis Hamilton. Sorry, wala na.
Something wrong with him.
Yeah.
Sige, patuloy.
Okay, walang Lewis Hamilton sa list na ito. Hindi din natin nakikita si George Russell. So, yung dalawang Mercedes, wala dyan. Sino ba yung mga
Yeah, Hamilton fans, you might wanna look away from this Grand Prix, from this whole weekend, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't pretty for Lewis, sa totoo lang.
Okay.
George, however, very consistent as we've seen. I think in all of the races so far this year with the new regulations, we have seen George consistently in the top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really loving these conditions. Well, he's not loving the car kasi I think you've seen him
Struggle.
report na yun nga he's suffering actually chest and back pains from
Yeah.
just from the porpoising of the car. So it's not perfect, pero he is still showing his his
Talent.
professionalism, kumbaga, his athleticism in that car, keeping
Skill
it in the top
talaga,
5. And yeah, Lewis with not so stellar results.
And also to point here, this is the first with this season right now, the 2022 season, with the new era cars. This is the first time that they run on rain, on wets.
Yeah.
So first time nila. So first time nilang mapatakbo kanilang mga sasakyan using intermediates and wet tires.
Inters.
And kung makikita natin, ilang beses na rin as the qualifying went to yellow flags kasi many people were hitting the curbs on the wrong angle. They were sliding both left and right. So, doon nakikita ang behavior ng new era cars on the wet.
Yeah.
So, kaya medyo makikita natin na mix yung results ng qualifying that time.
Okay, wala akong microphone. So let's proceed with
Okay.
Technical difficulties on Jong's part, pero that's fine. Now, let's go back sa quali, no? Kasi like Myles just mentioned, it was raining. So again, the great equalizer that is rain. But of course, the first thing that happened in qualifying, si Alex Albon, Williams, did you see that brake? His brake, right rear
exploded.
brake literally explode.
Yeah.
Caught fire, and then I think nag-rupture somewhere, popped his tires. It was, brought out the first red flag of the qualifying session. I think we had like a total of 5 red flags sa qualifying pa lang.
So qualifying pa lang.
So that was a very, very eventful qualifying session for our racers.
Yeah, hindi lang 'yun. Si Albon sayang bawi sana siya for this kasi maganda yung ano niya eh. Maganda sana yung takbo niya. Pagkatapos
Sayang
nagkaroon
talaga,
ng problema sa preno. Sayang talaga. Eh marami naman a lot of people are rooting for Albon actually. No?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So sana
so many people were really happy to see Albon back in F1 after his year out as a reserve. A lot of people are saying na parang Helmut might have pulled the plug on him a little bit too early, blah blah blah. But yun nga, nakita naman natin 2 years ago, he was clearly struggling in that Red Bull seat.
Yeah.
He was struggling to kind of keep up with Max even. And on the rare occasion he wasn't breaking down or anything, he was making mistakes. So talaga it was a rough year for Albon, his last year in Red Bull. So it's a lot of folks are really happy to see him kind of thriving now. Hindi lang surviving, he's thriving in Williams.
Tama.
But again, it's Williams, so they have a lot of work to do.
So
Anyway,
Myles,
let's focus now. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
sige. Myles, before we go to the sprint race proper, Myles, masarap pala kasama sa viewing yung mga mahilig talaga sa F1, no? Tayo pinakamaingay eh, no? Masaya.
Actually,
Me,
it's
it
a
was really
different
fun.
kind of. It was a different. Actually, it has been quite. Siguro more than a decade since I last watched F1 races with someone else, with other people. Di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi nanonood ako lang mag-isa. Dito lang sa bahay. So, iba yung feeling naman. Nakikita mo yung camaraderie between people enjoying the same passion, which is F1. Even though iba, they root for different teams, Nandiyan pa rin.
Check.
And Andy, ang maganda pa doon, yung other people around na walang alam sa F1 or, alam mo yun, walang amor sa F1. Nung narinig kami, we were cheering, we were shouting, nanood na din sila. And then, probably they realize
kasi
na,
it piques people's interest kasi, lalo na pag may pag nakikita sila na may interest sa F1, and then they realize na gaano ka-complex yung sport, gaano ka-in-depth pala. So, it's really quite addictive to a point, di ba?
Yeah, exactly. Pagpuyatan mo talaga.
And also, sharing, ito na sabi ko rin na we are sharing our passion to them. And eventually, parang maganda din yung feeling na makita mo nakakaroon sila ng interest. Then,
Absolutely.
tatanong-tanong kung sino yan sila, ano yung team na to, ganyan. Ano yung history nila. So, maganda rin yung ikaw rin yung kumbaga,
Absolutely.
help ka ng impart
Konting
ng knowledge.
Yeah. Jong, welcome back.
Yeah, wait. I have a bad audio. My audio is bad.
Medyo malapit lang siguro yung mic mo sa bibig mo.
Ilayo mo.
Baka gusto
Is this-
ilayo lang ng konti.
Is this okay?
That's all.
Yeah.
Jong,
That's fine. That's fine.
Jong, sino ang engineer?
Natawa lang ako, Myles, kasi the thing that kind of got me back really back into F1 was nung lumipat ako ng trabaho, yung isa naming anesthetist dito na doktor. Addict pala ng F1.
Ganun.
First day on the job ko, nakita ko kagad lanyard niya, McLaren rin siya pero
Okay.
I saw the papaya colors. So like, McLaren pala talaga. Pero 99 99 ata that was Alonso's number while he was still in McLaren.
Yeah.
I think it was his final year in McLaren. Pero
Okay. Yeah.
the man was a diehard McLaren fan. Kind of got me back into the sport as well. Yeah.
Sige, bye.
Jong, welcome back. I think your mic came from Mercedes team. Team Mercedes.
Yung mga slides mo, very interesting na pag-usapan natin muna yung
Sprint.
Yung
Are we in the
sprint,
sprint now?
Yung
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the sprint.
Okay, let's go to the sprint.
yung sa slides mo na photos, ba?
Yeah.
Hanapin mo dun sa
Okay, let's go back to the sprint. Is my mic too loud? No. Okay.
okay lang.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Sakto na.
So this was the
Yan.
sprint. So this was the start. Unfortunately for Max Verstappen, nauna si Leclerc
Naunahan.
dito.
Yeah. Because sa start, Max suffered from too much wheel spin. So kaya maganda yung launch ni Charles. So naunahan siya. Pero you can see on the right side, Checo from 7th. Nakalusot na siya on the 5th. So, Checo my boy. Yeah.
Saint Checo.
Yeah. So
And then, etong left side is si McLaren naman. So, nandyan.
yeah, so in the sprint it's only 22 laps ba? Tama? Am I right, Myles?
21.
21 laps.
21.
Okay, 21 laps sprint and yung aso ni Myles, ano pa rin, no? Yan siguro nanggaling sa galit na galit sa Mercedes. Anyway, so here at the sprint we see the power of the car of Red Bull. Then aside from that, we also saw the driving discipline of Max Verstappen right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
As we mentioned earlier, kami ni Andy, nag-uusap kami earlier. When Max nag-overtake na siya kay Charles, makikita mo, hindi siya yan o. Nakikita mo, hindi lumampas
Bad shot.
masyado yung kotse niya sa linya. Maganda yung linya niya. Talagang maganda. So,
Napakaganda ng exit niya eh.
maganda na yung, he's not that aggressive na dun sa nakita natin on this particular race. very disciplined na talaga. Hindi na yung bargasan ba?
Yeah.
Kaya masarap na panoorin ngayon itong karera natin na nandyan yung Red Bull sa harapan.
Yeah. Myles, anything to add on the sprint race?
Well, the sprint race was it was the first sprint race for this season. And yun na nga, I was expecting before na total ang qualifying was in wets. Diba? Umuulan. So, in-expect ko na baka ang sprint uulan rin. Pero I don't know if it's good or not. Pero for me, it would be better if it was raining. If it was raining, then we could have seen a different sprint.
Sprint, yeah.
Oh yeah, it would have been a very, very interesting sprint race.
Messi, red flag.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Red flag,
Grabe.
yellow flags.
Pero makikita naman natin based on the results of the sprint race. Nakikita natin yung parang basically what to expect on the race itself. So that there was the Ferrari, the Red Bulls, McLarens, and a little bit of Haas. And sad to say, na there weren't any Mercedes people. Based sa sprint pa lang. So, parang, it's just like a precursor of the race. Pero, yun na nga, wala ko masyadong manong sa sprint kasi I was expecting talaga na uulan. So, medyo nadismaya ako dahil hindi umulan. Pero, nonetheless, it was a good sprint race. Enjoying it.
Yeah. And of course,
Yeah, the sprint was already very exciting as it was. A lot of, ewan ko bakit may iba pa rin na parang they really don't like the sprint format. Parang they say na, I guess it kind of, ano bang word na suitable ito? It kind of interferes, kumbaga, with the purity of F1. Kasi they want na qualifying lang, tapos diretso na race ka agad. So, but we can see how F1 is trying all sorts of different things every time. And I have nothing but love for this new format with the occasional sprint qualifying. Kasi yun nga, it provides you with a bit of a snippet really of the action, parang konting preview if you will. And I think the drivers themselves, most of the drivers, they actually quite like doing these sprints.
My first take on this is well, at first I was worried kasi bubog na kaagad yung kotse before the race day. Call nyo, di ba? Bubog na kaagad. So little bit worried ako niyan nung nag-umpisa yan. Pero, actually, dahil dito, mas masarap manood, mas nakikita mo talaga yung mga drivers na makikita mo na talaga dito yung performance nila before the big race. And,
oh yeah,
in a short period of time, maraming masyadong nangyari.
Action, maraming
di ba?
Absolutely.
Just to review.
That's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
Kasi
just to
dami
review,
nangyayari. Every lap may nangyayari.
Yes, tama.
Just to review the sprint. Too much wheel spin from Max start. So si Leclerc na una. Checo from number 7, naging number 5 na siya behind Magnussen. Then McLaren nagkaroon ng konting slow start. First yellow flag, Joe. Imagine nangyari na kaagad yan sa first part of the race pa lang.
Ng sprint,
diba?
yeah.
Tapos lap number 7, Sainz recovery drive, took fellow Spaniard, Fernando Alonso. Diba?
Yeah.
Oh, yan na. And then, lap number 8, imagine from lap number 8, Perez versus Magnussen na agad when Perez opened his DRS.
Yeah.
And then, the chopper shot, makikita mo dun kung gaano ka talaga ka-deadly
beautiful
ang
pass.
DRS.
Yeah.
Diba? And then after that, lap number 11, Sainz versus Ricardo. Pilit ni Sainz, hinahabol si Ricardo, pero nauna si Ricardo versus Magnussen. And then, after that, Perez versus Norris. So, lap number 11 pa lang, ilan na yung happenings, di ba? Sa sprint pa lang ito. And then after that, Lap 12, Sainz versus Magnussen. Finally, naunahan si Sainz ni Magnussen. And then, lap number 14, Sainz versus Ricardo. Naunahan din ni Sainz si Ricardo. Lap 16, Bottas versus Alonso. Lap 19, dito na, nag-umpisa na yung graining ng kotse ni Charles Leclerc. So, nalaman na ito ng Red Bull, unti-unti, Max is closing in to Charles. And finally, lap 20, now, ito, this one.
This is the lap
this
20,
happened.
yeah.
Lap 20,
Yep.
na penultimate lap, naunahan na ni Max si Charles, giving him the P1 of the sprint race.
So basically, nabawi lang din ni Max yung hirap, tsaga niya sa qualifying sessions.
Yeah. So the sprint, 21 laps, pero ang dami nang nangyari. So exciting siya.
Miles, anything to add?
Super
on this?
exciting talaga.
Yeah. Actually, ito lang, for the information of everyone, especially sa, who might be interested, who might be new to F1 right now, sprint races, kasi before, F1, there was this qualifying race, then the main race, okay? On the qualifying race, ang nangyayari was every car, merong timed laps, okay? The fastest laps would garner the pole position, and so on and so forth. Yung pole position, yun na yung racing order for the main race itself. Okay.
Yeah.
So, ang nangyayari with kung inintroduce ang sprint races, hindi sa lahat ng mga race sa calendar may sprint races. There are only a selected racetracks wherein merong sprint races. Which is right now, yung nangyari nga recently simula. Ang nangyayari, nakakaroon ng qualifying. Same time, same qualifying style, which is everyone does a time lap, then knockdown hanggang makukuha yung positions ninyo from first down to last. Sino yung may fastest time, siya yung una. And itong qualifying na to determines now your position for the sprint race. And the sprint race, ang nangyayari sa sprint race is basically race lang talaga. No pit stop, no changing of tires, no everything. So, kung masisira yung sasakyan mo during the sprint race, DNF, bye-bye, that's game over na sa'yo.
Game over na.
But ang the results for the sprint race would determine your position for the main race the day after. So, yun yung maganda sa sprint race na mention natin kanina na just like a preview, a precursor of what to expect on the main race.
Yeah, correct.
Also, the beauty of the sprint races is that paminsan kasi may mga results kasi ang F1 based on team strategies, undercuts, overcuts, nakakaproblema sa pit lane, kaya maganda na sana yung takbo dahil nagkaproblema lang sa kabulilyaso lang sa pits, pag-change ng tires or anything, just like what we've seen few races ago last season, diba? So, hindi talaga yun, parang unfortunately, whether we like it or not, ganun talaga ang main race. Not unlike sprints, walang pit stop, walang everything, purely race. Kaya nga paminsan, yung nangyari nga kay Imola, sa Imola na sprint race, there was a radio message from the Red Bull garage saying na, Max, okay, Max, panalo ka na, tapos ng sprint race.
Yeah, you've heard that. Yeah.
Sagot niya ni Max, tapos na? Parang bitin ako, gusto ko pa.
Yeah.
So, basically, what we see in sprint races are purely racing madness.
Okay, Myles,
Yes.
may message dito para sa iyo, bay.
Shout out.
Oy,
Jonathan Canlas,
Uy.
pa-shout out po ng DCH Idol Myles. O, shout out mo daw.
okay. Shout out, Nat. Okay. Sama ko si Nat sa office. Nat and the boys who are watching. Okay, hope you guys have fun and bawal absent bukas, ha?
Ba! Okay.
Malakas ng ulan.
Malakas ulan.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Now, we're gonna go to the race itself, which we saw the result of the sprint race, which is Max Verstappen was able to grab back his efforts in the qualifying session. Again, wala pa rin dito yung Mercedes. Hindi nila nabawi pa rin. No? Yeah.
Okay, so explanation ni Myles kanina, ang sprint, this will determine your position for the race proper.
Yeah.
So, for this, pole position, Max, second, Charles, third, Checo, and then so on.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
the top three, explain natin mamaya, makikita mo yung top four, that's Red Bull, Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari.
Yeah.
Okay?
All
So,
right.
makikita natin yan ngayon.
Now, the race itself,
Kita ninyo? Yan yung
5
start
lights
na yan.
out and off they go.
Yes, 5 lights out and away they go.
So, I think ang pinakado dito is Max Verstappen was able to recover his mistake at the sprint race. And here we go. It's raining. Kaya yun. So, that's why he was able to grab the first corner hole shot. So, Andy, anything to add on the session of
so
the
everyone was starting on intermediates, like they mentioned earlier, the first time this year na ginamit ang intermediate tires. So for those who are not aware, F1 kasi obviously they don't use regular road tires like you and me. So the tires in F1, it's either slick tires, yung talagang walang grain, walang tread, which is
spikes.
yung ginagamit nilang hard, medium, soft. Or, during wet conditions, they go to what's called full wets, kung talagang sobrang maulan. Or, they go to intermediates. In this particular scenario, during the start of the Imola Grand Prix, or the Emilia, Romagna Grand Prix, so everyone elected to use intermediates kasi the track was no longer as wet as they thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
So when you're using your intermediates, so yeah, like the name suggests, it's intermediate. So it's somewhere between your full wets at
And
saka
your
yung
slicks.
dry tires mo na walang grain. So it provides still a lot of water clearance, which is what you need for a race like that. Pero it doesn't sacrifice as much yung traction mo. Anyway, going back to the race itself, Max Verstappen, along with pretty much everyone at the start, very clean start, as you can see, which is actually quite uncharacteristic for Max in particular, kasi we've seen him botch his starts a lot this season so far. Kaya nga, he's so far behind in the points kasi he's I don't know if it's a car or a driver problem or probably a bit of both. Pero this time, he got his start perfectly along with everyone else. This particular shot right here, this is going into turn 2, I believe.
Turn 2,
This is
yes.
where and turn 2 of Imola GP this year is where the hopes and dreams of every Carlos Sainz fan kind of spun off the track along with Carlos Sainz himself. I think this shot is just before Daniel Ricciardo. Ay, nako,
Okay.
sayang.
And this
Let me
is
Daniel
talk
Ricciardo.
about that photo.
Ayun,
Ah,
ito,
let's go ba?
we will turn you over to Yamboy for this bit.
Okay. For
Go ahead,
this
yeah.
particular photo, tingnan ninyo. Ang kwentuhan natin kanina, Red Bull, Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari. Yan yung 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pero after the start, nauna na si Red Bull, Max Verstappen. Number 2, Red Bull, si
Checo Perez.
Checo Perez. And
Lando
ito na,
Norris.
Lando Norris. Naunahan pa niya itong si Charles Leclerc. So, something happened to their start. Kaya ito nang nangyari sa kanila. Imagine if they stayed on their
sprint.
sa position nila, hindi sana mangyayari kay Carlos Sainz yan.
Yes.
Diba? Probably kay Magnussen or kung
Yeah.
sino pa yung nasa likuran. Pero ito, sayang, medyo mabagal yung start ng dalawang pula. Mabagal talaga sila. Mabilis yung blue and Lando Norris nakasingit pa nga from 5th.
Okay, no?
So-
Lando Norris. Props to him out of nowhere.
Yan.
Yeah.
He
Diba?
Bigla lang siyang pumasok doon. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
If we're gonna go back to to the qualifying, to the result of the sprint, So Lando Norris was in fifth.
Fifth,
Diba?
yeah.
So it's
he was
Red
down
Bull
in
Ferrari,
fifth.
Red Bull Ferrari. So he was in fifth.
Nasa fifth siya, pero nakasingit na siya
Siya.
kay Leclerc.
Kay
Imagine,
Leclerc.
ilan ang position na
Yeah.
na-lose ni Leclerc. Diba?
So kudos to the kid, Lando Norris.
Yay!
Kudos to Lando. That was all on the
Papaya.
first lap. CP.
Yeah, that was all in the opening lap, not even finishing one lap. So now, the hopes and dreams
Dreams
of
of-
Carlos Sainz for the second time this season,
Carlos.
DNF. So actually, I'm not sure if the stewards gave Ricardo.
Wala, there was no
Ricardo
penalty given kasi nakita nila ang consequence eh. They looked at the incident. Of course, they noted the incident, investigated it duly. Pero no action was taken kasi nakita nila ang resulta kay Ricardo eh. Ricardo dropped all the way down as a result kasi he had a puncture as a result of the collision with Carlos Sainz. So he had to pit. Kaya no action was taken by the stewards this time.
Both of them ended up on the gravel, and luckily for the honey badger, Daniel Ricciardo recovered. At least nakabalik pa siya sa race. As you can see in the slide, si Carlos Sainz started digging his way into his papa. Started digging, okay? Beach na yung kanyang car. So, during this race, and too bad for Senor Carlos for ending
Sayang
the race.
talaga, sayang.
early. Actually, what happened was, Carlos Sainz, nauna siya sa corner. And then dumating si Daniel Ricciardo. He tried late braking. And both of them said they gave both of each other gave enough room. But
Yep.
iba-ibang opinion eh. May iba na sinaraduhan ni Daniel Ricciardo si Carlos Sainz. Si Carlos Sainz naman inabante, sinaraduhan niya si Daniel Ricciardo. So, well, whatever ang nangyari, it was a racing incident, and consequences naman ang nangyari. Isa na DNF, ang isa nasira yung sasakyan. Pero he eventually
That's
finished
right.
the race.
Yeah, eventually finished the race. Pero
As a
it
back
was also a
marker.
weekend to forget for the Honey Badger.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he kind of finished the race
He
out of
finished
the
the
points, if you will.
Yeah.
He finished the race as a back marker. Along with someone else.
Speaking
Speaking of back marker, pare, medyo masakit yan.
Oh, are we gonna do it now?
We'll reach-
Yeah.
Are we gonna do it now?
Yeah. So
No.
Okay. Do we need to put the warning now? Can I do the warning?
I didn't have any,
Warning.
I didn't have
Not yet.
Mamaya na.
warning.
I thought it was a bit early.
Mamaya na yan.
We'll save it for later. We'll
Kasi
save it for
marami
later.
pang nangyari eh.
Sige, go.
Marami
Yeah.
pang-
Ang dami
marami
pa
pang
nangyari,
slides,
grabe.
Jong.
Hindi ako nakaprepare ng maraming slides. Sige, go, Yam. Singit na lang.
Okay, because of this banggaan, so syempre, magkakaroon na ng domino effect yan. So, marami nang nadamay ng mga kotse. Like, for Alonso, tumuklap na yung gilid ng kotse niya.
Yeah.
Wala na. Tuloy-tuloy na yan eh. Dire-diretso na yan. Kaya yon. And then, one thing to note, medyo gigil lang talaga yung si Charles Leclerc dito sa karera na ito. Kasi by lap 8, naunahan na niya si Norris. Naunahan na niya. Okay na.
yeah.
Sige, he was running third for majority of the race. And then after that, medyo dry na yung kalye. So they decided to pit. So yung mga nasa top, Checo Perez, Max Verstappen, and then itong si Carlos Sainz, pit na sila, palit na sila ng mga slick tires nila. And then all of a sudden, nagkaroon ng problema si Checo. He was on second, pero nagkaroon ng problema, parang nag-spin yata siya somewhere. So, paglabas ni Leclerc dun sa pit stop, nauna siya kay Checo Perez. Nauna siya. Pero hinabol pa din siya ng Red Bull kasi yung gulong ni Checo, nagkaroon na ng isang lap, medyo mainit na, maganda na yung grip. So, eto na naman si Charles. Na-overtake na naman siya nung blue na kotse. So, eto na. Yung gigil niya, I mean, naipon ba? Di ba?
Giggle meter.
Oh, giggle meter. So, yun. And then, for Mercedes, kasi for the past races, hindi masyado natin na nagkakaroon tayo ng reaction with the Mercedes cars. Pero this particular race, kailangan na siguro talaga natin pag-usapan ito.
Yes.
Hindi ko na matiis. Bakit si
I don't
Russell...
think Mercedes is sandbagging anymore. I don't think
Yeah.
they're faking it anymore.
Bakit si Russell
Kasi a lot of
is doing good?
folks- Yeah.
And then compared to Lewis Hamilton. So, I think Andy, ikaw may magandang ka dyan.
Sige, Godi.
So, Mercedes. Ay, nako. Mercedes fans, look away now. No, I'm kidding. Don't look away. Hamilton fans may want to skip this part though. Kasi, as we've seen, we have been so used to Mercedes dominance ever since the start ng ating turbo hybrid era. That was what, 2014, I believe? Nagsimula ang turbo hybrid era. Ever since then, Mercedes has gotten away with the championship year in, year out. Diba? Mostly magkaiba ang driver. Hamilton, Rosberg, Hamilton. But, it's been Mercedes all the way. This is the first year na we've seen them. I think this time, totoo na talaga to, we are clearly struggling as a team. Hindi lang si Lewis in particular. As a team, their car is not nearly as good as they want it to be. That's very obvious now to see. And I think, kasi mahilig kasi sila mag-sandbag, and that's the term that they use, is sandbagging. So, especially during practice, testing, magaling sila mag-sandbag. They try to hide the true performance of the car until race day. Nakailang race na tayo? 4. And they're still struggling. I think this is the actual pace of Mercedes for this year, For this year.
Agree.
We don't know about next year, but for this year, for now, this is them. This is Mercedes,
Yes.
and
That's the sad
let's be ready for Mercedes to lose the constructors championship because they are not on good footing at the moment.
Basically, it is quite evident also if you've seen or heard Toto Wolff's radio message to Lewis Hamilton right after the race, di ba? Parang si Toto
I heard
Wolff
that.
mismo. Toto Wolff, the race director for Mercedes team, radioed Lewis Hamilton apologizing. Parang,
That's
Lewis,
right.
parang, bye, sorry bye, dili, undrabable ino, sakyanan. Sorry to put you in this kind of situation. And he finished as a, let me start it off, he finished as a back marker. He finished the race as a back marker.
Yeah.
So, that's really painful.
Yeah, but it's not
for a
something you hear every
seven-time-
day, especially in Mercedes.
First time in his career.
And
A 7-time world champion.
yeah, and was overlapped by the race leader, which is this one.
Yung photo na sa...
Arch rival
That
pa
particular
talaga
photo
niya.
ba yan?
Yeah, that's the photo. Arch
That's
rival
the particular
pa talaga
photo.
niya. Yeah, that particular
So the
photo.
caption for that photo, if you are a Hamilton fan, the caption is pain.
Yeah, I was trying
Ouch.
to Google it. So ang ano nila
Did you Google pain? Yan ang unang lumabas
it
na.
was, the term was highly embarrassing. Okay. So that was the term used. Lewis Hamilton was overlapped by his arch rival Max Verstappen, was highly embarrassing. So, well,
Okay, it might be embarrassing. Um, it depende kung where are you looking at, diba? It might be embarrassing to him, pero if I were Lewis Hamilton, if I am Lewis Hamilton, and then if I was lapped by yung aking kalaban last season, I would be embarrassed. But come to think of it, Lewis Hamilton, parang 7-time world champion na ako eh. Parang, I don't, it would be good if I get the 8th one. And mayaman na ako, Lewis Hamilton. May-ari na ako ng isang football team, di ba?
Yeah, was that true? Was that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Natuloy na ba?
Chelsea.
Natuloy na.
Williams.
Nabili na
Yes,
niya.
Pero the
Nabili
problem
na ni Chelsea.
is
Grabe, no?
ganito Si Lewis Hamilton kasi, binago yung kontrata niya. Kasi nag-expire last year, so in-extend ngayon. Ang sistema ng kontrata niya is, binabaan yung sweldo niya, and then, bonus na lang siya per win. Hindi ba siya nanalo? Apat na race. Well, anyway, let's proceed to the race proper.
All right. So that was
Na-mention,
the race.
na-mention natin kanina yung giggle meter ni Charles Leclerc. So, ayan na nga, nanggigigil na nga si Charles.
And he was overtaken by Max Verstappen.
Hindi.
Wala ba?
Nasa sprint yan.
Wala pa.
He was
Wala
really,
pa yan eh.
napako siya sa third.
Ay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Tama.
So,
It was Verstappen, Perez, and Leclerc.
Yeah.
Verstappen,
Tama.
Perez, Leclerc. So, sabi niya, this one, itong photo na ito yung paglabas ni Charles sa pit lane.
From the pit
Nauna
lane,
siya
yes.
from
Sergio Perez.
Sergio Perez.
Yeah.
Let's check. Oh,
Dito
yeah.
siya na overtake ni Sergio. Imagine,
That's right.
Perez took the medyo wet. Kita mo?
Yeah,
Medyo wet
portion of
yan
the track.
So, he took a risk.
Yung linya ni yung racing line ni Perez, he is not actually on the racing line.
Yeah.
It's actually Leclerc who's on the racing line. If you notice, it's the dry portion of the
dry
track.
portion. So, dito mo makikita yung control ng kotse ni Perez. Nasa basa siya, meron pang nakikitang moisture dun sa gulong niya. Pero naunahan pa rin niya si Charles dito. So, kung ikaw si Charles, ikaw na yung nasa tuyo, supposed to be ikaw yung hindi mahihirapan. Ito na nga ang giggle meter. So, imbis na
That's what
third na
happens
siya,
when you get too much gigil.
imbis na third na siya, he cut the corners
Yep.
hanggang sa tumama yung underside ng
Yeah.
kanyang kotse
We're gonna
dun
see
sa
it later.
bukol ng chicane. Launch his car
So
four
there's
wheels.
something about these curbs kasi and for everyone who's looking at these tracks closely, no,
Yun.
the particular
May bukol.
corner that Charles hit, nakalimutan ko yung exact name. It's an Italian. May pangalan yung corner na yun, that particular corner. The problem with that corner is it's I think it's a medium speed. Should be a medium or slow speed corner normally. Pero that particular corner has not just a curb, may
Bukol
yung
pa.
talagang tinatawag nila sausage curbs, which is elevated and it's specifically designed to discourage drivers from taking that corner too
Hitting it,
quickly.
yes.
Yeah.
Ang
Kita mo
problema
yung
is
picture
si
dyan,
Charles. Yeah.
Nakita mo yung picture ngayon. Kung
Yeah.
makikita mo yung
So,
belly,
the problem with
yung
Charles was
underside.
he took that corner way too quickly.
Yeah.
He overcompensated. And kaya tumama siya doon sa curb, yung underside
Yeah.
na ng kotse niya tumama, hindi yung
Ayan.
gulong.
Makikita na ngayon ng
So
mga
literally
viewers natin.
catapulted himself into the air for a split second and he lost control. At that point, he was just a passenger.
Yeah.
Sayang talaga.
Makikita. Dito,
Giggle
Andy, makikita dito. Tingnan mo yung underside ng kotse and then
Yeah.
yung bukol ng yellow na yan. So, mas
That's right.
mataas talaga yung bukol ng yellow na yan kumpara
Mas
dun sa
mataas
underside
talaga,
ng
oo.
kotse. So, talagang launch talaga. So,
Actually,
sabi
Literally,
ni,
he launched himself in the air. Nakita sa replay, talagang lumipad yung front end ng kotse.
Yeah.
Wala
Actually,
siyang,
what
he was a
happened
passenger, wala
is-
na siyang magawa at that point. Sayang talaga.
Miles, go.
Actually what happened with Charles Leclerc during this time. Kasi nanggigigil na siya eh. Gusto na niyang habulin ang Red Bull ni Checo Perez. Okay. What he did was he was trying to get close to Checo Perez so he could activate his DRS when narating sila sa DRS zone. Eh ang nangyari kasi he understeered trying to cut the corners, understeered and underestimated the height of the sausage curves, which, as Andy has mentioned earlier, catapulted him and made him literally a passenger to a uncontrollable Ferrari hitting the curb at I don't know what speed was that.
Pero,
and eventually lost the third place na kanya na sana yun.
pero imagine, pag ilang lap pa lang to, parang 15 laps remaining, bakit kaagad siya nang gigil? Palapit na siya ng palapit kay Perez eh. Di ba? Palapit na ng tapos marami pa siyang opportunity for DRS. Kasi, alam mo malakas yung kotse mo. Alam mo, nagkakaroon na ng problema si Perez sa harapan mo. Tiisin mo lang sana. Pero bakit ginawa niya? Kuha mo, di ba masyado siyang gigil. Kaya, yan tuloy. I was too greedy.
Sinabi ba niya?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tama.
Sinabi niya.
Sinabi
In-admit
niya.
naman niya.
He admitted I was too greedy and I paid for it. See? Charles, huwag masyadong gigil.
Inga. I-text yan.
I-text ko ito.
I-text mo nga.
Sabihin mo na control. And it was tragic for the Tifosi. Actually, it's their home country, Italy.
Yep.
It's too bad for the Tifosi to see Charles spin around and lose the third place. Sayang na sana.
Yeah.
So,
That was 7 points he lost. Sayang rin.
Yes.
Malaking difference ng 7 points in the long run. That could make the difference this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kaya humabol na si Max. Parang isang panalo na lang ni Max, tapos isang gigil na naman ni Charles. Igualis na.
So, after that, that's the reason why Lando Norris was able to grab third position.
That's right.
Yep. To the delight of the McLaren fans and to the dismay of the
Naka P3 pa.
the whole Imola grandstand who was really rooting for their red car.
One thing to add. After this mess, pwede pa sana siyang...
Humabol.
Hindi, pwede pa sana siyang magstay sa race eh. Pero pinit siya. He went on the pit, changed tire, tapos nagkaroon ng change ng wing.
Yes. Tama.
Niya. Pero sabi ng, like Nico Rosberg said, they could have stayed, checked the car.
Yeah, he could have easily carried on.
Yeah, kaya naman. Kung kaya naman niya, okay, go on. Sige. Baka, sabi nga ni Lando Norris, he should have stayed on the race. Probably he will be faster than me. And then sabi ni Max, yes.
So
that was a bit of an early call, kumbaga. So I don't know who made the call, if it was Charles or it was the pit wall, the team itself that made the call, Mattia. I don't know who made the call, pero yeah, that was a bit of a strategic blunder on the side of Ferrari to pit Charles so close to the end. Kasi yun nga, that cost him 7 points between where he was and before the spin and where he ended up. So sayang talaga ang opportunity. Kaya nga, during the cool down room, if you guys saw the cool down room shots, they were talking about that particular incident. Yun nga ang first thing na sinabi ni Lando Norris.
Yeah, correct.
He could have carried on.
Yeah.
Silang tatlo, they were in agreement na he could have carried on kasi Charles, after this slip, when he got back on the track, all he lost was the left end plate ng kanyang front wing.
Lang.
Yeah, just the end plate. That was it. He didn't lose the entire wing. He didn't lose a wheel or whatever. He lost an end plate.
Yeah.
Sayang talaga. He
So
could have carried on.
maybe a good fourth position
Pwede.
Fourth position.
Fourth or fifth even.
Fourth or fifth position,
that would have
Okay.
been sayang talaga.
Pero let me add something, okay? My opinion on that kung bakit pinapit si Charles Leclerc was una check yung kanyang damage. Kasi if they weren't sure siguro hindi nila nakikita sa kanilang mga
Yan
telemetry.
rin. To be fair.
Telemetry, yeah.
To be fair.
Hindi nila nakikita anong damage talaga, nakikita nila visual. So they need to box. They need to pit Charles Leclerc. They need to change or anything. Even though it's just an end plate, it might be an end plate and only an end plate, but we all know that F1 cars were engineered to the last millimeter. Everything,
Absolutely.
every part was really crucial. May role talaga. So, kung matanggal man yan or kung ano man, it would affect. And also, if it was only an end plate, kailangan nilang ayusin yun to prevent more damage. Kasi, nanggigil na tong bata nanggigil na yung bata.
Correct.
So, pag hindi mo to i-box, parang siguro hindi pinakita sa pit
You
na
risk
pag-box
you risk
ka.
more damage kumbaga.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Baka nga siguro pinapit siya
Yan
tapos
rin.
binuhusan siguro ng malamig na tubig para oh, relax ka lang mata.
Para ma-reset lang.
Ma-reset lang. Wag mo nang
Bigyan ng
kasi
time out.
more damage to the car might
To be fair.
we all know na any damage to the car would cost the team millions, di ba?
Absolutely.
And-
Yeah.
And, di ba, parang tragic na nga na yung isang red car went to the beach, di ba? And another one, may masisira pa ulit lalo. So, at least na may isang red car na finish the
Panigurado na lang.
Correct.
finish the race with
Possible.
decent points and at least some points to add to the constructor points
Yeah.
for the team.
So, for the
Yep,
first
excited pa rin.
time, in this season, walang red car sa podium
On
kung
the
hindi
podium.
Red Bull. Ah?
Yeah.
Walang red car, Red Bull lang.
Red Bull
Alright.
na tumama.
Yeah.
1-2
So-
pa.
Final results, we have Max Verstappen on first, Sergio Perez, and followed by Team Papaya, Lando Norris. And congratulations to George Russell. Walang kaarte-arte. Parehong-pareho silang dinadrive ng kotse ni Lewis. Lewis was in 14th. George Russell, number 4. So,
And
congratulations.
Lewis was overlapped. Back marker. Wow.
Yeah, aray.
Yuki Tsunoda. Andyan.
Oo nga. Oo.
Sebastian Vettel. And
Sebastian
our boy,
Vettel, ha?
Yeah,
First
right.
points. First points for Aston Martin this
Aston
season.
Martin, yes.
So,
Eh,
finally, for Aston Martin.
nasa top 10 ang dalawang Team
Dalawa pa,
Pipino.
sila pa dalawang Stroll.
Andy, it's Team
Team Pipino,
Pipino.
Team
Lance
Papaya.
Stroll, yeah.
And then K-Mag, our favorite, Haas team,
Oh, yeah.
is also on
Most
the top
improved.
10. So congratulations to these gentlemen.
Pero, working quietly in the background, ha? Kita niyo yun. P5. Valtteri Bottas.
Wait.
Kita niyo yan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Valtteri
Bottas.
Bottas
Yeah.
drove the wheels off that Sauber. Oh,
The happiest
Sauber
guy.
Alpha.
The happiest guy on track.
Grabe. Call him unlucky before, no? Pero now that he's in Alpha, in Sauber Alfa Romeo, he's actually doing... He's
Yeah, he's
punching
the main
way above
driver,
his weight.
yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, he's the main driver
He's
for
doing so well
Alfa
in that
Romeo.
car.
yeah.
Oh,
If we were to
grabe, he's
compare
steering Alfa Romeo, ha? Isipin nyo yan.
Yeah,
If we were to
correct.
compare Alfa Romeo drivers, Valtteri Bottas and Kimi Raikkonen,
Mhm.
Valtteri Bottas brought in or might be bringing in more points to the team than Kimi. Pero Kimi is in a different dimension kasi kaya so we can't
He is in a good place
understand.
now.
Kimi joined Kimi rejoined Alpha Sauber during in the twilight years of his career na. So can't really expect that much from Kimi. He has been more of a developmental para sa team, kumbaga.
Yes,
So
yes,
he
yes.
was just giving his time
He was
just to
brought
develop
in,
the team, prepare them for
He was
this year.
brought in
So
kasi
much
experience.
of this year's success is still credit to Kimi Räikkönen, believe it or not.
Yeah, of
Yung
course.
mga radio
Yeah.
messages
Part of
lang
it.
niya, we
Part-
miss his radio messages so damn much, you know.
part,
I miss
part of
Radio Kimi.
part of the Alfa Romeo's good showing right now is basically, let's say 50% of it is from their engine. Let's say Ferrari engine.
That's
and we all
right.
know that Ferrari engines right now is doing good. Diba? As you can see, there's the Ferrari of Alfa Romeo and the Haas of K-Mag. And
Yeah.
considering na seasoned drivers, Valtteri Bottas and K-Mag are seasoned drivers running Ferrari engines. Drivers' Championship. Okay, we all see, konti na lang ang difference
Ng
27 points.
Leclerc
ni Hamilton.
and
27 points.
Jong, ibalik mo dun sa kabila, Jong. Dun
Hindi,
sa...
Miles, inaway mo
Kawawa
talaga
naman.
si Hamilton, Miles, ha?
Uy,
sa-
Ano,
Okay.
magalit yung Lewis Hamilton fan sa atin.
Okay, it is the first time in this season na si Max nakuha niya ang Grand Slam. From sprint, tapos
Fastest lap and
itong
the podium champion.
podium
Yeah.
championship for the
And he
main
led.
race and the fastest
Yeah,
lap.
led every lap.
So, maximum points for Max Verstappen dito. Kaya, konti na lang ang lamang ni Charles sa kanya. Kaya, Charles, kung nakikinig ka man ngayon, sana huwag ka na magigil, bata ka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Charles Leclerc is in a position where Max was not too long ago. Just a few years ago, Max was, well, if you've seen the memes and the trolls, they call Max crash tapen, di ba?
Crush
Kasi
top.
naging uso yun nun, crash tapen yun siya noon, especially among the Lewis Hamilton fan circles. He was known as crash tapen kasi he would crash so often because his driving was just so erratic. Aggressive pero erratic, kaya mixed results. So we have seen this by far has been a demonstration, if you will, of Max's mature driving, yung disiplina niya. Talagang it's paying dividends for Red Bull. He keeps this up, he's gonna bag number 2 if
Yeah.
he keeps this pace up.
Yes.
Agree.
Yeah, he's gonna bag his second championship, no doubt about it. It's now up to Ferrari. It's now up to Charles in particular to
and,
to
and
kind
also,
of keep him at bay.
and also kasi ang mga drivers kasi ng Ferrari ngayon, sorry about that, ang drivers kasi ng Ferrari ngayon, puro mga bata.
Yan.
Even though na they've been in F1 for how many years already, but they're still considered bata kasi. So Charles
Oh, yeah.
Leclerc, kung sabi natin ng gigigil, lalo na si Mr. Sainz. Senyor Carlos,
Oh yeah.
isa rin to na nanggigigil eh.
So,
sobrang
Miles,
Sobra pa sa gigil to.
Miles, ito yung napag-usapan namin kanina. Ito yung napag-usapan namin. It's too early for Charles and the Ferrari to, I mean, para sa akin, even if he led itong first 4 races, nasa top pa din siya. Pero I think it is too early for Charles kasi para ba siyang he was driving a normal sedan before and then biglang binigyan siya ng VTEC na Honda. So, mabilis na yung kotse niya. Pero ang reflexes, ang decision making, pang normal 1.3 sedan lang. Parang yun ang
the human
yun
factor.
ang nangyayari ngayon eh. For the
The
first
human
time,
factor na naman.
eto yung kotse natin ngayon, mabilis ito. Ay, sige, kaskas lang silang kaskas. Hindi na nila alam ano yung controls na dapat nilang gawin for themselves, for the car, yung gigil nila. Kasi if they are in control, happy lang. Pero kung sila yung may pressure sa sarili nila, wala na. Decision, hindi na alam anong sistema. So parang yun ang Charles, kung nakikinig ka ngayon,
I-text mo na lang.
Kung saan ka man.
ganun eh. VTEC na yung kotse mo ngayon. Pero ang reflexes mo para sa 1.3, 1.2 engine na kotse lang. So, kailangan sila mismo, the drivers, they have to improve para, I mean,
Yeah, and
to
that
be
is not to
competitive.
take away. That's not to take away anything from these drivers. Kasi F1 drivers, contrary to popular belief, these people are athletes.
Oh,
These
yes,
are
of course.
professionals driving
Yeah,
the fastest
definitely.
sports cars in the world.
Yeah.
We are not taking anything away from any of them, maybe except Latifi. Hey! Hindi naman. Even Latifi, yeah, every one of them, you can say some of them are paid drivers, blah blah blah, but one way or another, they have proven themselves naman.
Yeah,
If not
of
in
course.
F1, in the lower
Hindi.
classes before, they have proven themselves naman.
Hindi
You
ka
can't
pwedeng
literally just come off the street and buy your way into an F1 seat kahit magkano pa pera mo. You need to prove yourself. So, they've earned their super licenses. Yun yung parang lisensya nila to compete in F1. They've earned their super licenses. Ang problema lang talaga with the new regulations, with these new cars, with the aero problems that every team is contending with to a degree, talagang we're still adjusting, kumbaga. Yeah, so this is when it comes down to the human factor, yun nga, the human errors, all that. This is where it culminates as on race day, on qualifying and on
Yeah.
race day. So, talagang kay Charles, yeah, gigil and a mix of unfortunate circumstances lang talaga.
actually
Yun ang
nakakontribute
nangyayari
rin
kay
siguro.
Charles. Pero yun nga, these cars are a challenge to drive
Yes.
for everyone. We're not gonna
Kasi
exclude
mahirap.
anyone from that. Even Max. Yeah, exactly. Even Max. Even Max Verstappen. Top of his game, pero you can see, kung makikita niyo yung mga replays nila, grabe, pinapadrift na minsan yung F1 car. They're not designed to drift. Pero if you can see
Actually,
the back ends of those cars, they are stepping out those back ends minsan.
Yes. And also, dagdag sa yung sinabi niyo, the human factor on them. Kasi we all know, tulad ng sabi niyo, they are athletes, di ba? They are pulling in how many G's
Yeah,
per
definitely.
corner, okay? And fast. Yung speed nila umaabot ng 200, 300 kilometers
300
per hour.
kilometers per hour.
Mabilis talaga. So, you need
Unimaginable.
good reflexes, good everything, good athlete, good neck. and
Absolutely.
everything. But, okay. All of them, sabihin natin, pare-pareho sila, pantay-pantay, may personal trainers and everything, diet, may nutritionist and everything. Ang wala lang talaga sa kanila is more on the emotion side. I think running a GP on your home team GP adds pressure eh.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
So nagkaroon ng
Absolutely.
pressure siguro tong si Dodong Charles. So, kaya baka rin nanggigil. Siyempre, he needs to prove himself eh. Kasi he needs to
Yeah.
prove himself. I am a Ferrari driver. I am running the Imola Grand Prix. I need to win. I need to win the podium.
And he's leading the championship.
Yes.
And I
Yan
am,
yan ang
so all
pressure,
all
He's
eyes are
leading
on
the
him,
championship.
di ba? And also,
Absolutely.
ang partner ko, I'm expecting my partner to be, expecting my co-driver
Fair.
to be my wingman, but he went to the
He's
beach.
not there.
Diba? Hinahanap siguro niya si Leonardo DiCaprio sa beach. Diba?
Yeah.
Anyway, so, yun na nga siguro. Hindi lang kay Charles, everything, every driver should also parang check on more on the emotion, on nagigil.
Yeah.
And hindi masyadong papadala sa pressure. Siguro, dahil na rin siguro sa social media, Twitter, Reddit, or
Nanakawan pa
anywhere
si
Twitch.
Charles.
Ha?
Nanakawan pa si
Nanakawan pa
Charles.
ng relo.
Oh yeah, there was this incident
Oh, yeah,
wherein
yeah.
it was
Gigil
what-
number
pa
1
yun?
na yun.
Bad
350,000.
tip, no? Nanakawan pa siya.
Yeah. Okay. Going,
And
yeah.
also,
Yeah,
and
no,
also,
no.
I've heard na may bagong sponsor na raw ang F1. Title sponsor ang F1. Kasi dahil sa all the stress na nangyayari sa mga drivers, sumasakit ang likod saka ang neck while driving because of the porpoising.
Okay.
May bagong ng sponsor.
Ano?
Bengay.
Salompas. Salompas.
Salud.
Courtesy of Yuki Tsunoda. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Sakit sa
That's what I
katawan
like
mo.
about this talk show kasi we can joke around all we want.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
All the opinions
We need more
shared
of
by
it.
the host
Yeah, of
are
course. So,
purely our own.
moving to before we're gonna go to the next race, I think I was not able to show the constructors. You have a
Okay.
Yeah,
For
let's
the
have a look at
constructors-
championship here.
Ferrari is still leading, 124 points. Red Bull, 113.
wow.
Mercedes-Benz,
Oh, yeah.
77.
Very close already.
All points courtesy of Mr.
George
Russell.
Yeah. Wow.
McLaren, 46. Alfa Romeo, 25. Alpine, 22. AlphaTauri is 16. Haas, 15. Aston Martin, 5. Courtesy of the top 10 finish of both drivers dito sa ano na ito ngayon. And Williams, 1. Courtesy of Mr. Albon.
Albon. Yeah.
So, yun.
Yeah.
And
So Red Bull is catching up.
Red Bull is catching up. Looking forward to Miami. Bagong racetrack. Pantay-pantay na naman.
Oh
ang
yeah,
playing
who's
field.
excited for Miami?
Yeah.
Problem
Look at that
nito
one.
is alas 3 ng madaling araw dito sa Pilipinas.
Dyan
Anong
sa
oras-
UD.
anong oras dyan sa
Anong oras
Pilipinas?
dyan? 3 o'clock
Three.
in the morning.
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. 7 a.m. dito.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Pasok ka. Monday.
Mapapa-absent ako nito.
Yeah. That's gonna be Monday, 3
Kawawa yung
a.m.
boss ko. Anyway, I'll find a way. I'll find a way to watch it.
Okay.
There's always a way.
If you could see the racetrack, as mentioned kanina, di ba? This is a new track. This is a street track.
Street track, that's right.
Street track. If you can see from the slides, from the slide, there's a very, very long street.
Backstretch. Yeah.
I want to see the new era cars battle it out here. Drag race style there.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Oh.
This
Gusto
is
ko makita
similar
dyan.
similar to Zhuhai. Was that the Zhuhai track in China that
In
there is
China.
a
China.
1 kilometer backstretch before the last corner?
Corner.
Zhuhai yun, right? I
Grabe,
think
no?
that's what the Zhuhai is.
DRS.
Grabe. Ilang kayong DRS detection zone nito eh? Is dalawa lang ata. Dalawa lang ata.
Dalawa
DRS
lang ito.
no?
Yeah.
Dalawa or
No?
tatlo.
Dalawa lang.
Pati yung stretch. I think the stretch one, which is in the middle, I think
Yep.
DRS zone din yan eh.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, yung
Kaya ba?
90 to sa gitna.
Hindi, ito
Yup,
siguro. DRS will be first DRS
That will be
at
interesting to
turn
see kung ilan yung
8.
DRS zone nila. Kasi if you remember sa Australia,
Binawasan
they were
nila ng
supposed
isa.
to run with 4 DRS
4.
zones in Australia pero they went back to 3 at the last minute. So it will be interesting to see kung anong plano nila dito sa Miami.
There are
Yeah.
three DRS zones at the Miami
check
Grand
it already. Yun. Wow.
Fun.
So I guess...
Halfway down the street, ang isa.
Okay.
Wait, let me check that.
For our
Wow.
viewers, the meaning of DRS is drag
reduction
reduction
system.
Reduction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so a little bit more on that. So DRS, drag reduction system. Kasi sa nakikita natin, every F1 car has these wings sa likod, di ba? So when you have those wings are designed for downforce to keep the car flat sa ground for traction. The problem is, the more downforce you have, the more drag you cause behind the car, therefore slowing it down. With DRS active, active
Open the
basically,
wing.
they open the wing. So nawawala you lose a bit of downforce sa rear, pero the trade-off is wala ka rin drag. So you kind of slip through the air. That's why they use DRS only on straights. Kasi if you use DRS on a turn, on a corner, wala kang back end, wala kang traction sa likod. Then you're not gonna make that curve, you're not gonna make that turn. You're gonna hit the wall. So that's why it's only designed for straights, long straights, like what we
Yeah.
see dito sa mapa na ito ng Miami International Autodrome. That's why we only use DRS on the long straights, on
Long
the long
stretch,
portions.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
this is
there's
where
also a requisite.
much of the racing happens actually.
Yeah.
May requisite din in using the DRS. Only
Oh, many requisites.
FIA, the governing body of the race, of the F1 races, they could easily elect not to use the DRS, just like what happened to
Imola.
the recent Grand Prix in Imola.
Imola. O ang tagal nilang nag-decide no na
Oo,
ang tagal nilang
they-
binalik ang DRS.
I think
Kasi
because of the wet
bawal ang
race yun eh.
DRS
Sa basa.
during wet.
Yeah.
And also there is a time difference, what do you call that? Ano bang difference between two drivers. So you could
So you have to be
Open.
within 1 second of the driver in front of you para magka-DRS ka.
yes.
So that's why
what
it's,
happened
that-
to Dodong Charles, wherein he really need to be that close to Sergio Perez to open his DRS.
That's right.
But he
So 1 second kaya nga nagigil
Dodong
talaga.
Charles talaga.
Dodong
he
Charles
hit
talaga eh.
Magic.
Well,
Alright.
anyway.
But anyway,
Yeah.
This is
we have plenty
exciting.
more of races.
Yeah.
Plenty more races coming this year.
Exciting race track.
Plenty more opportunities for these teams to win, and yeah, plenty more action coming our way. So as F1 fans, particularly if you're not particular to one team, well, this is this is heaven. This is a gold mine of action and excitement. If you're
Yes.
just a neutral F1 fan, regardless of kahit if you don't support a team in particular or if you support a team in particular, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This year is promising. It's already showing to be one of the most eventful years in
Yeah.
F1. So if you're just starting to catch interest in F1, welcome. And if you're a seasoned fan like a lot of other folks, what a time to be alive.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
What a time to
Definitely.
be alive.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
F1 2022 season, give us more.
Yeah. At saka there's also at stake, no? For me, also at stake for Lewis Hamilton because it's about retiring time na rin eh, no? So, kumbaga, of course, he wanted to retire on a high note. He wanted to retire taking that 8th world champion, which is, if he got that, I guess nobody else can sort of beat that one. I'm not sure with Max Verstappen. Noon, di ba, sinasabi nila, it might be Sebastian Vettel, but eventually Sebastian Vettel was kicked out with sa Ferrari, so he was not able to, so marami pa rin, no? So it's a kind of last hurrah for Lewis Hamilton. Then, of course, Charles and Max, the new young guns who are sila na naman yung nagko-compete, so it's gonna be exciting. And not to mention, McLaren guys are, if maybe Daniel Ricciardo would be able to catch up with his teammate Lando Norris and able to grab more points for the team, then definitely it's gonna be an exciting one.
Yeah. Agree.
Alright?
Okay.
Alright.
Absolutely agreed.
Yep. 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Oh,
Nice talking to you guys.
yeah.
Just talking about F1.
Yeah.
Okay, Jong, invite.
go.
We could go
maybe
on.
it's time
We
to-
could go on, but
Yeah, we could go on. We could go on and talk a lot
we
of
could
stuff.
go on, but
Yeah.
Oh,
But this
we need,
time,
Andy needs to sleep.
yeah.
oo nga, alas
Duty
2
pala
na
yung
dito.
bukas.
Yeah.
It is now
And then it's-
2:03 a.m. dito sa
Yeah.
New Zealand. So,
Okay,
duty
and
pa ako
actually,
mamaya.
maybe it's time to, Jong,
Go.
is it safe to say na may watch party tayo?
Yeah,
With,
yeah.
We
I,
could
yeah, we mentioned
invite
that one. Yeah. We already mentioned that one. That we'll be having a watch party this coming June, and we are inviting the different automobile clubs of Davao to host each watch party, which there'll be 11 watch party. And
Oh, don't worry, car clubs, don't worry. Hindi namin kayo papabayaan.
Yeah,
You will be our special guest hosts.
Yeah.
You'll be co-hosting the
definitely.
show with us here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. No pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure.
And aside
It's
from
gonna
that,
be a lot of fun.
yeah,
So
for the watch party
do
as
let us
well.
know.
Yeah.
Do let us know if you're interested. We are already talking to a number of people. We're already talking to a lot of a number of people about doing this part of the show. But
Yeah.
yeah,
If someone is
if you
interested, why
belong in a
not?
car
Yeah.
club,
Yeah.
if you belong in a car club and you love F1, or even if you're just getting into F1, hey, send us a note.
Definitely.
Yes,
Let us
and
know. Yeah,
just to
we
mention,
look forward to hearing from you.
yeah, just to mention this, last Sunday we had dry run.
Dry run of the watch
Yeah,
party.
we had a
yeah.
dry run on the venue where we will be
It wasn't
doing
very dry from all the booze I saw.
We will doing the
I wouldn't call it dry.
kung saan natin gagawin yung ating viewing party. And then we also invited one car club kasi yun yung
Naka-reply agad.
naka-reply kagad sa invitation namin. Thank you very much, Mr. Cholo Dumlao. And he's also asking all his peers na meron din mga car clubs na to contact the racing line for the watch parties, giveaways, mini car shows, live interviews
Looking forward
for
to that.
clubs.
Yeah.
Saya yan.
Saya yan.
Saya.
And of course,
Saya
we're gonna have a bunch of merchandising soon
yeah.
for the purple sector. So hopefully
Nice.
we're gonna get that one.
All right,
soon.
very excited.
Yeah. All
Will you
right.
ship to New Zealand?
Yeah, we're gonna ship it to New Zealand. Of course,
order ako.
definitely.
Okay.
Okay, Yam. Before we go,
Yes. Welcome to the newest show, the Purple Sector, F1, four-wheeled vehicles, car clubs, and more. So, thank you for watching the show. I hope you learned something tonight. And if not, I hope you were entertained. And F1 fans here in Davao, sana you can join us sa viewing party namin. So, thank you, good night, and Jong?
all right, Myles.
Once again, okay, thank you sa mga nanood. And if you just tuned in, hindi nyo nakita yung aming intro. Pinaghirapan ni Jong yung aming intro. Maganda yung aming intro. Kahit ako nagulat ako. Actually, it was the first time that I saw the intro. Okay. The final intro.
The final intro. Okay.
Oh, the final.
Yeah.
We saw the
Final version, panalo.
Final version. Kasi may nag-request kasi ni Andy na ilagay daw yung mga host eh. Kaya pag panood ko kanina tao bakit may mukha na ako doon? Anyway, welcome again to the Purple Sector and see you next time, Wednesdays,
Next Wednesday? After
8:30.
8:30.
Okay,
Ikaw,
8:30 yan,
sa'yo.
8:30.
Alarm.
Okay. My bad, man.
Yeah,
8:30 Philippine time, hindi Indonesian time.
Advance konti.
Terima kasih,
Balik pala naman.
Yamboy. Terima kasih. Muli.
Okay.
Okay.
Andy.
All right. So thank you for everyone who joined our little broadcast tonight. Thank you for watching along with us. If you're just new to F1, welcome. I hope you will join us in our future live sessions here. For everyone else, yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully next time we will get more interaction sa comment section kasi yeah, anyone and everyone can join.
Yeah.
Shoutout kayo, whatever. Yeah, anyone can join. This is not strictly F1. We are just a bunch of car crazy people talking about things we love.
Of course.
But yeah, everyone is welcome to join. So feel free to jump into the conversation. And we welcome everyone to this show. We look forward to catching you guys again on the next one.
All right. Take care today from New Zealand. Okay. Okay, so guys, we have a new schedule for the Purple Sector. This happens every Wednesday, every after a race weekend. And of course, once that we already started our live viewing party at Durian Bar and Car Show, we might elect to do as well a live
Reaction.
Purple Show reaction after the race, maybe, if there's still time. But nevertheless, we're gonna let you know. But 2 weeks from now, same time, here at the Purple Sector, 8:30 Wednesday. Okay, so guys, maraming salamat. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you.
Thank you, mga sir.
Next Wednesday. D, take care, Yam and Myles. I'll see you and thank you so much. Thank you so much sa mga nanood and hope you enjoyed and we'll see you again next Wednesday. Bye.
It's Imola and Lance Stroll's car, and we have 19 on the grid.